Thank you, Prabhajika Brahma Pranamataji. I think this is the third time I'm coming over here. The first time I came to for this foundation and the stone laying, and second time also I came, and this may be the third time. I'm feeling honored, and whenever I come, I see the back here, the beautiful green trees, and the chairs placed over there. I feel like sitting and meditating over there. The atmosphere is so elevating. And constantly you people come and meditate and study. So that is also encouraging constantly the other beings all over here to develop the spirituality. Friends, the today's topic is Sri Rama before Ramayana. So who was Sri Rama before Ramayana? So I will chant a mantra from the Ramayana. If you like, you can chant along with me or after me, the repeat. Yan Maya Vashavarti Vishyamakhilam Vedadi Devasura Yat Sattvat Amrishaiva Bhati Shakalam Rajyo Yatha He Brahmaha Yat Pada Plavamiva Bhatihi Bhavambo Desti Tirshabatam Bandeham Tamashesha Karanaparam Ramakhyam Isham Harim. The Rama Akhyam Isham Harim. I bow down to that Supreme Lord, Hari, who is also known as Sri Rama. Who is he? The cause of transcending all relative causes. The cause of transcending all relative causes. Now, in the Vedantic point of view, we know that everything that is relative. How do you understand that? It is relative, it is temporary. Because there is something permanent is there, static is there. Then only we can understand. He is that static one. As we always in Vedanta, we say, I was a little baby, I have grown up, I am now old, I am going to die. All these changes of body and mind, there is one thing common, I. So then who am I? That is the question. That I is that Brahman, and he is that Supreme Brahman and Rama, whose divine power controls all beings, including Brahma and Devas and the Asuras, whose substance gives reality to all things, just as the robe does to the snake, appearing on it. The robe is there. And then we superimpose snake on that. Suppose the rope is not there, then what will happen? No question of snake. So the Vedanta always try to explain this word that you are superimposing whatever you are thinking, you're superimposing on that. And obviously it is your mind. You think it's my friend, my foe, my this, my that. You are superimposing. But in reality, it is nothing there. Only one thing, that is consciousness. Over that, we are superimposing all our world. So that basic is that Brahman, and whose feet alone, before the spiritual seeker, is the boat that helps to cross this ocean of samsara. That is Sri Rama. Friends, that Sri Ramachandra, he actually was the Lord Vishnu, Supreme Vishnu. We will come to that. Before that, I like to tell you a little about the land where all this thing happened. The story of Sri Rama is very famous, very popular in the tale of Jammu Deepa. Have you heard the name, the Jammu Deepa? How many of you? Oh, good. This Jammu Deepa, that is the name. According to the Puranas, there are 7 continents, but in Sanskrit they say Shapta Deepa. Deepa, if you translate, it is the island. But the Deepa means the continent. Sapta Deepa Bashumati. Bashumati is this word. One of the 7 is Jammu Deepa. It is believed that the name derived from the jamun, the blackberry, the famous Indian blackberry, from the jamun Jammu Deepa. Markandeya Puran described this land as plain land in north and south and elevated in the middle, known as Iravarta. This Iravarta is Himalaya. I'm trying to introduce because the old terms that is there in the Ramayana, the Iravarta, that is actually the Himalaya, this mountain range. And Brahmananda Purana, Jainism, Buddhism, in all their scriptures, we find the reference of Jammu Deepa. And this famous Sanskrit grammarian, Panini, he also referred the name Jammu Deepa. In Vishnu Puran, we find the description of the land very clearly, but by that time, name has changed. The Jammu Deepa has become Bharatavarsha. It says like this, Uttaram yat samudrasya himadrischaiva dakshinam varsham tat bharatam nama bharati yatra samstati. This is a famous verse from this Upanishad, the Purana, Vishnu Purana. It says the land that lies north of the ocean and south, the snow mountain is called Brahma, that Bharatam, and there lives the descendants of the Bharat. Bharat is the son of Dushmanta and Shakuntala. Dushmanta was a king and Shakuntala was a Shadika. And she grew up in an ashrama. And you will find in the characteristics of the Indians, these two are always there, Rajaguna and Sattaguna. The both are very much present over there. Because of the Rajaguna, they are very successful in many places. And because of the Sattva Guna, they were not carried away by that success. So these two is coming down from the ancestors, that is Dushmanta and Shakuntala, their son Bharata from that Bharatvarsha. In this land, there was a famous dynasty, and the dynasty name was Ikshaku. Ikshaku Vamsha, the famous king Dasharatha was at that time, he was the ruler. Dasharatha's father was Aja. Aja means unborn. And his father was Raghu. So this Kula or this dynasty or the family is known as Raghukula because of the grandfather, then the father and the son. And this Rama is in that line, is coming. This is called Raghukula. This Raghu was very, very famous because of his righteousness. There were so many other kings. Why Raghu, they remembered Raghu because of his righteousness. And his son Aja, we don't find much about him, but he was also a good person. And his son was Dasharatha, and Dasharatha's son was Rama. So this is the Raghukula. It comes like that. Dasharatha, the grandson of Raghu, was the ruler of Koshala. If you notice, they are not giving the name of the father, as because the father was not that famous. So the grandson of the Raghu, that is our Dasharatha, the father of Ramachandra, he was the ruler of the Koshala. His capital was Ayodhya. Whenever we talk about Sri Rama, Ayodhya comes. And very recently in India, it is only Ayodhya. And for whatever may be the reason. But this Ayodhya was the capital of the Koshala. And Koshala was the main kingdom. It was the capital. Ramayana described the king Dasharatha as the supreme ruler of Dravida. That means Andhra Pradesh, present day Andhra. Sindhu, that means the Punjab, present day. Saubira, beyond Punjab. Saurashtra is the Gujarat. Dakshinapatha, there's a down to south, that means Tamil Nadu and others. Banga, Bengal. Anga, Odisha. Magadha, Bihar. Matsa, that was the another, I have forgotten the name, and Kashi, that is UP. This, we can Madhya Pradesh was the Matsa and Kashi. Now, if you imagine the present day, the map of India, almost the whole of India was ruled by this Dasharath. So that's why he was very, very famous. This Dasharatha was the ruler, but at the same time, he was only the supreme ruler. There were other kings were there. Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, all these places, different rulers were there. They only used to pay taxes to this Dasharatha. So by that way, they were completely free rulers, free kings. But they used to pay taxes to the Dasharatha, and in exchange, Dasharatha used to protect them. So that way, the Dasharatha was the supreme ruler, the great ruler. India was never, ever, right from the Vedic age, it is not ruled by one king. Only in the British rule, when the Britishers came, before that, the Muslims, they tried to bring the whole country under one rule, but it was never able. It was all separate rulers were there. But India was very much united. Why I am telling this? Otherwise, you won't understand what is the importance of Sri Rama. What Sri Rama's contribution. So India, if we check, it was never ever by a monarch ruling all over the world. No. He was only in one place, but sometimes he used to get the taxes from different other rulers, but they were completely free to take decisions. But they were very much united. How? Culture. The culture was same, and culture was based on the religion. You will wonder when the Rama is going to fight with Ravana, he performed Durga Puja because he was advised to perform that. Otherwise, he won't be getting the success. At the same time, Ravana, the Ashura, he was also performing Durga Puja. How? And how the Rama and Ravana, they were conversing. They were talking to each other. Ravana's brother came to Rama's tent and he was talking with the Rama. In what language? Common language was there, Sanskrit. Sometimes the few historians, they thought that it is the invasion of the cultured people, educated people to the down south, and it is a changing of the Arya and Anarya, nothing like that. Arya was a culture. This is the first time Swami Vivekananda said, it is not the race, it is the culture. Those who were cultured, they were known as Aryans. Uncultured, non-Aryans. In the Bhagavad Gita, we find Sri Krishna is rebuking Arjuna by saying, Anarya Yushtam. You are behaving like an Anarya, uncultured, uneducated person. You should not behave like this. So this was the country and the ruler, and this, the 5th and 6th chapter of the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, described the capital city as 3 yojana width and 12 yojan, I don't know the exact the measurement, that was the capital. And everywhere the description is there, it was surrounded by the wall. And on the wall, there were some wonderful, the shara that was there placed. If the enemies are attacking, immediately hundreds of arrows will be going from the one bow, like that. So that type of bows are placed over there. Like maybe nowadays we are listening the golden cover in the Middle East, in there like that. The big marketplaces were there. So a lot of people used to come to sell or purchase the merchandises. Art and culture centers were there. The people used to move on elephants, horses, and camels. The city was full of houses. So this is the description of the capital, the Ayodhya. It was like that. And one line would be sufficient to understand the dignity of the city about Ayodhya. It says, Siddhanam tapasya dhikam dibi. Siddhanam tapasi, tapasya, that the people who are practicing austerity, even they desire to live over there. They dream to live over there. Why? It was so developed, so well protected. So naturally, people, they like to go over there. The people who even realize the Brahman, the realized souls, they wanted to reside over there. The security system of the city was perfect. So the name Ayodhya, by war, through war, one cannot conquer that, Ayodhya. Dasharatha had 3 queens. Kaushalya, she was the daughter of Koshala, and Kaikeyi, she was the daughter of Jalandhar king, now Kekai, that time it was Kekai, now Jalandhar, and Sumitra. The family priest was Rishi Vashishta. He was highly respected, and he was having 8 ministers to advise him. One of them was Sumanta. This Sumanta, he used to drive the chariots of Dasharatha. They used to consider that as a low caste. But even then, he was the main minister. But that shows that though they were not high-born people, but still King Dasharatha used to accept them and give them all respect because of their intellect and knowledges. There is no distinction. Shumanta was his friend. Shumanta was the economist. So he used to guide Dasharatha in that. And the friend of the Dasharatha, another person was there who was the chieftain of a huge population, that was Guhaka. Those who have read the Ramayana, that Guhaka, Chandala, then sometimes they say King Guhaka, Raja Guhaka, but he was the Chandala. His main thing was to burn the dead bodies and to collect the fishes and the meat and selling that. That was his main lifestyle, and they used to do like that. He was the friend of Dasharatha. So we can understand a perfect king must have this type of connections, otherwise he can never become successful. There were 3 civilizations mainly at that time. One was the Nara civilization. Nara means the human being. The human being civilization, when we read the Ramayana, we find the Rama has gone to exile for 14 years, and he is traveling inside the deep jungle, Dandakaranya. Still that place is there, though highly populated now, no trees. But this Dandakaranya, there, almost every day he used to meet the rishis with the asrama. It means it was not completely full with animals and others, and no one. No, there were ashramas, a different type of civilization. And these ashramas were like the universities. The main object of those people were to research, perform the researches, and find out what is good for the human society. Sri Rama met many of the great rishis over there, and one was Ashtavakra Muni, then Angirasha, then Shutikshna. These are the names, very famous name. He was passing through, meeting them, and learning from them. Then when someone told him, particularly Lakshmana and the Bharata, his wife also Sita, now why we should be here? Let us go back because the father has passed away and the mother now she is repenting for our misdeed. Let us go back. I'm hinting the main incident, perhaps you understand. The Rama was sent to exile because of something. So they were hinting. Rama told Sita, don't you understand? I have come out of my own will because we'll be meeting the great souls, the rishis. If we are there in the capital, only giving the punishment to the bad people, giving some reward to the good people, and dailies of boring kingly duties, rather, we'll be here completely free and we'll be meeting the great personalities like the rishis. So, one after another, asamas, he used to visit, he used to learn from them. And that was the asrama. There were palaces also. There's like the Koshala. Koshala was a very big kingdom. Their daughter was married to Dasharatha, Koshala. So, like this civilization was already there. And there were hill tribes also. This called Banaras. The Banaras, nowadays, we have taken it for granted the monkeys of the trees, of the jungle. It is not. Now, if you go and tell these great devotees, these monkeys are not actually the Banaras, they'll be so angry with you. All they have accepted these Banaras only. But Swami Vivekananda said, Hanumana was not a monkey. Monkey cannot control his mind. Hanumana was a great yogi. And yogi means he could control his mind so that he developed that spiritual power, mystical power. And without meditation, it is impossible. And a Banara cannot do that. Only human being can do that. So why this Banara? So it says that in the Banara, their kingdom has a huge population all over the mountains. Himalaya, then Mahendra, Bindha, Kailasa, and the Mandara, and Dakshinatha. All these hills were full with these Banaras. It was their kingdom. And there, in those days, even today, many people, they love to decorate them in their, maybe the favorite god and goddesses, or maybe the carriers of the gods and goddesses. These Banaras, they used to decorate them in that fashion. It says that Nala, he was one of the ministers of the Sugriva, and he was an engineer. And this Nala, he developed a machine by which they used to break the hills and all the stones they were carrying and to make the bridge from Indian mainland to reach the other shore of Sri Lanka. So that they made, and this is Nala. He did. He was a great engineer. However, animal can do that. It is not possible. So out of emotion, if we can come out, and most of the times, we read another type of, there are many Ramayanas, and one very famous Ramayana is Tulsidas Ramayana. Now, the whole of North India, they consider Tulsidas Ramayana as the original. It is not. Tulsidas read the Ramayana from this Valmiki Ramayana. Then he started meditating on Sri Rama. He liked the God, liked his character. So he used to meditate on Sri Rama, and he felt that he's traveling with Sri Rama. So Ramacharit Manasa. Manasa means imagination. is to imagine. And in that imagination, he has given so many things. Like Tulsidas Ji's Ramayana began with a conversation between the Shiva and Parvati. But actual Ramayana has nothing to do with that, Shiva Parvati. Tulsidas Ji wanted to say the Shiva also used to worship Sri Rama. Rama was the guru of Shiva, and Shiva was the guru of Rama. These are all Tulsidas Ji's conception. He thought in that way. And he made that all the poetical way and the very local language, so people liked it. And he highlighted Hanumana and all that. That is very good. But actual Ramayana, when we read, we should understand the civilization. In those days, it was Nara, Banara, and Rakshasa. It says in some of the books also published by Ramakrishna Mission, there are also descriptions are there in the Banara civilization. They were very powerful people, but they never used any other weapons. They believed that one should fight with another as wrestling. So develop that wrestling only. Then they used to use the sticks and sometimes the stones to throw. Otherwise, mainly wrestling. They never used the bow and arrow. It was a completely new weapon. So when the Rama fought, the Rama took the bow and arrow. It was a completely different thing for them. So all that. But in their civilization, when the Rama went over there, Lakshmana went over there, highly decorated cities, the palace, so much of wealth and so much of power. Many of them, they were having the supernatural power because they practice yoga. So that supernatural power was there. There were another group of the same hill tribes. They used to practice like a bird. Another group was there. They used to dress themselves as a bear. So we see these animals, they are the followers of Sri Rama. They were human beings, but tribals. I was in the northeast part of India. I saw there are some tribals. They put their mask on the face and there'll be two horns, and they like to put that. In the celebration, they will put that horn and the mask as if a lion or something like that, or sometimes the buffaloes to dress like that. So it was like that. But slowly we have forgotten and we started thinking that it is all the monkeys. But anyway, monkeys are being protected by these people. And I have seen many people are feeding them. It's good for the monkeys. But in reality, it was not the monkeys, but the very well advanced human being. When Hanumana first met Sri Rama, he came in the as a dressed in Brahmana. And the Brahmins in those days, the teachers, abadhya, you should not and kill no one in any situation kill a Brahmana. Why? They are the intellect of the society. So look at it, how advanced they are. If these thoughtful people, the thinking people, the researchers, if you kill them and not protecting them, helping them, then the whole society will come down. So that was the idea. I am trying to give this conception because the whole thing started with Rama. And when Rama came, with whom he was actually dealing with, all these advanced type of people. And Rakshasas, when Hanumana visited Lanka and he came back and he was giving the report to Sri Rama and he was telling Rama, please don't mind. That city much, much advanced than your own city. Ayodhya is nothing comparing with the capital of Ravana, mostly made of gold, and so much so that you cannot imagine. The temples, so wonderfully built, mostly all glittering tops because of the gold. And people are well fed, and they're all very good health. People are so happy. In the evening time, if you go over there, music and songs and dances, everywhere, as if the whole city is celebrating every evening. So that was the Rakshasas. We think a Rakshasa means terrible people, and the Kala should be like this. They will have that peculiar mustaches, and not like that at all. Ravana was considered equal to 10 people. Dashamukha. Dashamukha. This is the problem with the Indian words. They will say Dashamukha as the 10 heads. No, as if one person was equal to 10. Ravana composed a beautiful song on our Shiva, Lord Shiva. Even today, people are chanting that. The Ravana was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He got all the power through meditation. But the problem is, they also got all this power through meditation, through practicing austerity, but utilized that to satisfy their own ego. So when they are utilizing the spiritual blessings for their own ego, they become asura. The sura and asura. Sura means devata or the gods. That means they are having the light. What is the light? Knowledge. What is that knowledge? Everything is temporary. So I should not go for all these things that I see. Rather, slowly, I should withdraw my mind and go for the highest thing. That was the Sura. Asura, exactly opposite. The funny story you must have heard that one person, he was practicing austerity for a long period of time and he was meditating on Lord Shiva. And Shiva appeared and told, hey, what do you want? Now he said, give me the blessing so that I can touch anybody's head and he'll be ashes immediately, burned to ashes. Look at it. 12 long years he is practicing austerity. When the Lord Shiva came and he is asking that, that should be my special power. Whenever I put my hand on somebody's head, it should be ashes. Now Shiva told, see, you can ask something else, but anyway, okay. He gave the boon. And this fellow then told, whether it is working or not, how I will know? You here, only we two, you and me. Let me try it on your head. Shiva told, hey, what is it? Do you think I am not giving the power? I gave you the power. No. You go somewhere. Try on your enemies. No, I will try it on you. Because suppose it is not working, then where I will find you? So it is better. And Shiva then starts running to save his own life. And this man chased him. And where to go? Shiva went to Vishnu's house. Vishnu was the administrator. You know, administrators, they know how to handle the difficulties, difficult situations. That is the great administrator. The day Shiva went, Shiva, Vishnu told him, what happened? In this summer, where you are running? Well, no, I'm not running. I'm saving my mind, life. Because that man, these things happen. Vishnu told, go and hide. I will handle. Then he came and Vishnu told, hey, why in this scorching sun you were running? What happened? No, Shiva gave me this boon, but I like to try. Shiva is hiding. Oh, you have to put your hands on somebody's head and you like to see whether it burns or not. Your head is so close to you. Why don't you put your hand on your own head? See whether you are burned or not. And that is called Ashura. That thought didn't come. So he put his own hand on his own head and he became Bhasmasura. Many you have heard that name, Bhasmasura. Bhasma means the ashes. That Ashura became ashes. So this application of the blessings in this way, that's called Ashura. Otherwise, they were very advanced civilization and they were having many wealth and power. Many of them, the Asuras, and some people, they are of opinion that they used to practice the Tantra, that Veda, the knowledge and the Tantra, and Tantra gives more power. And they used to practice Tantra. That's why they had the quality and some of the power, they could change their form. We find that the maternal uncle, I think, of the Ravana, Maricha, that he took the form of a deer, golden deer, and provoked the Sita and all that. and he could transform. And these are the powers they were having, this Ravana and this. So there are three civilizations: Nara, Vanara, and Rakshasas. At that time, the Rama is coming. There are clear references in Ramayana that Vanaras, they were very famous among them, of the Vanara, Mahavir, Hanumanji. They used to fix their tail. There is a sentence is there: Kopinam Kila Langulam Ishtam. Ishtam means this is my chosen. That they used to like to choose that Langula means the tail to fix with their dress. Bhavati Bhushanam. They used to think that this is our dress. Now, if Ramakrishna Mission Swamis are not having this, our traditional monks, they will say, hey, why you are not having? Without this, you should not appear before the others. This is the cover you should keep. Either wearing complete or at least on your. I feel like putting it over here. So this is the Bhushana. Without this also, I will be Ishatmananda. But with this, I feel, oh, I am the Ramakrishna Mission Swami. These Kapilas, these Hanumanas and others, they used to love to add the tail with the dress. Another reference is also there. When the Hanumana was preparing to jump, he had the tremendous power to make his body huge. All the seven powers of the mysterious power of the yoga, Hanumana was having. So Hanumana, he became very big and made his tail also added the huge tail. So they were not animals, they were human beings. So Kapinam Kila Langulam Ishtam Bhavati Bhushanam 553:3. That is the reference of the Ramayana. The Banaras truly love to use the tail with their dress. Another word we find that is called Abidha. Abidha means fixed. If it is a normal part of the body, why this word should be there? Abidha, a fixing. We are discussing this because afterwards we'll find in the life of Sri Rama, Hanumana is a great part he's playing. And if Hanumana was an animal, how it was possible for him to do all of these things? They were actually civilized people having the power, mystical power with them. Some of them were versed in the Vedic scripture. Like Hanumana, when first met Rama and Lakshmana, he dressed like a Brahmana and he talked in Sanskrit, flawless Sanskrit. Lakshmana was doubting, maybe he has come, Rakshasas, they are Mayavi, they used to call them. The maybe that Rakshasa has come in the form of this, the Brahmana, as when he was abducting the Sita, he came in the form of the Rishi. So obviously, Lakshmana was doubting. Rama was quiet. When the conversation was going between the Hanumana and Lakshmana, Rama was listening to Hanumana. After Hanumana left, then he said to Lakshmana, no, he's a genuine person. Have you noticed his grammar? The Sanskrit grammar is so perfect. Unless a person is highly educated, he won't be able to speak in that language. See, every language has a common language and also the literal, the words. And those people are educated people, they'll be using only literal words and they know which word should be used when. So that is the culture, that is the education, that is the development of civilization. If you go to the villages, they will use the same word. You can understand what actually is meant, but the words they are using is not proper. So this is the differences. The Hanumana's words, he liked it. Then another reference is Tara. Tara, she was the wife of, we know that the Bali. Bali was slain in the hand of Sri Ramachandra. And when the Rama first went over there, This Tara told, see, please don't be angry with us. Why the Bali was punished? We will come to that maybe. The what is the philosophy of the Ramayana in the third day. And see, Rama killed the Bali, and Tara told, see, you are misunderstanding us. We are Prithag Jana, is a word she used. Prithag Jana, we are not like you. We are separate than you. We have another civilization, another way of life. They don't misunderstand us for that. So this is we understand that they were also cultured people, Prithak Jana, the different culture. Bali used to perform Sandha, Arati, and meditation, the japa dhyana, on the shore of the ocean every evening. This Bali, if he was an animal like a monkey, why he should practice this? Regularly used to go and sit and practice meditation. So Ravana thought that when Bali is meditating, whatever happens around him, he will never open his eyes and never react. And he will complete his meditation, then only he will get up. Ravana once planned that that is the time I should kill Bali. So then naturally he won't open his eyes, I can. And then Ravana thought, no, this is the time I should not, because Bali is also worshipping Lord Shiva. And Shiva will protect him. And Shiva is my God. I should not disturb him. So Bali was also a very good soul. And why we think that he is an animal? And there is even Hanumana, he used to perform yajna in the fire. The animals never go near the fire. So this are the whole thing. Now the time, this is the time and the social and the political scenario of the Jammu Deepa at the Bharata. And it was almost the end of the day, almost the evening time. Sun was setting. Then a great soul was visiting Valmiki. So Valmiki was sitting in his own ashrama, and that was Narada. Narada is a Maharishi, Maharshi. Why Maharishi? Rishi means he was already knowing many of the secrets of the scripture. Not only knowing, intellectually realized that also. But Maharshi means he was thorough. He was thorough in all that. Maybe I was Banara, so doing our hands like this constantly. So this, here he came and met another personality, Valmiki. And this Valmiki, you know that Valmiki was a dacoit in one time. He used to kill people, sometimes torture people, and to get their things to maintain his family. And that was he was not educated at all. And he only knew how to frighten people and the wayside dacoit, you can say. One day he met this Narada. Narada was passing through that way. And he captured Narada and said, the whole day I waited for people. The people, they have understood that I stay over here. So they have changed their route. So I am not getting anyone to get something. So I am going to rob all the things that are from you. He said, I have nothing, no money, only one musical instrument, and that won't be useful for you. I just play these and take the name of God, that won't be useful. So whatever, I will take out there. Then he said, son, can I ask you one question? Why you are doing these all wrong things, bad things? To maintain my family. Do you think it is a bad karma? But through the bad karma, you are maintaining your family. But bad karma means bad actions. Who is going to share all these bad actions? You will suffer afterwards. You are thinking your father, mother, your wife, and children, they will share? Not at all. So, how come? I am supporting them. They will also surely share. Go. and tie me over here. I'll be waiting for you. So go and ask your family. If anyone says that he or she is going to share all your bad deeds, karma phala, you can kill me. There's no problem. So he tied him with the tree and went and asked the father. Father told, look, my son, I did everything for you to grow up. Now it is your turn to help me, to look after me. I am not going to share all the bad work that you are doing. I don't know how you are earning. It is up to you. I didn't ask you to do all these bad things. Mother also said the same thing. Wife told, I am looking after your family, and that is my job. I am performing. How you are earning money, I don't care. Why should I share all the bad karma that you are doing? The children told, no, you are supporting us to grow up. When we grow up, we will support you. But how you are supporting us, we do not know. We don't care also. And I'm not going to take the portion of your bad work. No one agreed to take the result of the bad. Sometimes some people, they think that they're doing it for their family, all the wrong things. Wrong. No one is going to share. The bad karma phala will be bad for you only, nobody else. If you are looting someone or cheating somebody, bringing the money and purchasing gold for the near and dear ones and thinking they're happy, they may be happy, but you will suffer afterwards for the bad karma. So that is, he understood it. That person immediately, Ratnakara, his name was Ratnakara. He said, what will happen to me? He said, you sit over here, go on taking the holy name of Sri Rama, and Rama will appear and save you. Rama, then he said, Rama? He couldn't pronounce the Rama. Sometimes, if you try to meditate on Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you will see that you can see many other things, but not Sri Ramakrishna. Unless and until your mind is pure, it is very difficult to even visualize, even imagine Sri Ramakrishna. You can imagine Swamiji. You can imagine Mother also. They are also pure, but very compared. But Sri Ramakrishna, purest of the pure. Unless and until you are pure, it is very difficult to even imagine Sri Ramakrishna. So this person, the Ratnakara, he could not pronounce Rama, a very holy name. So he started telling Mara. Mara means the dead. Mara, so that dead body, Mara, 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 Mara. So when he was going on repeating, he said, you should not get up till you get the enlightenment. He sat in one place and went on repeating. Then after many years, when Rishi was coming back, Narada, he heard somebody is going on chanting Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, and it is echoing so who is doing it? Nobody around. Then he saw there's a heap of earth. From that, the sound is coming out. He broke that. He found this. So he gave new name, Valmiki. So that Ratnakara became Valmiki. So in Hinduism, there is no eternal condemnation. Even the bad people can become good, can realize God, and can become Valmiki. So all his bad deeds, he could eradicate just by uttering the holy name of Sri Rama. Now, these two now met, the Guru and the Shishya, and Valmiki was asking Sri Narada, Lord, you travel everywhere. Now, this is the situation. Can you please tell me, at our time, is there anyone? Then he's asking, Ko osmin sampratam loke gunavan kasya viryavan? Who, ko means who, ashmin sampratam, in the contemporary world of our time, gunavan kasya viryavan. Gunavan means noble and also viryavan, heroic. Dharmagyascha, Kritagyascha, Sattavaka, Didhabrataha, who is dharmagnascha virtuous, kritagnyascha grateful, satyavaka truthful, didhabrataha firm in his conviction. Atmavan ko, who is self-confident, jita krodha, he has controlled his anger. Dutiman is handsome. Also, ko anushuyakaha, forgiver of others' fault. Then he said, Kashya bibhati devascha. Even when the gods are afraid of jata roshasya samyuge. Now he is a good person, good person, good person, good person. But sometimes this time it happens as a jellyfish existence. In Hindi, they say, and then very colloquially they say, क्या मैं मंदिर का घंटा हूं तो आते हो और बजा के चले जाते हो? That means I am left over here. Anybody can come and use me. They'll be just using me. I'm not like that. So that personality. That's why the last line he is asking, Kashya Bibbati Devascha. Even the gods are afraid of him when he's angry. That means he has the power, the personality. When he manifests that, even the gods are also afraid of him. But he is a very good person. This is the Adi Kanda. That means the beginning of the Ramayana, it begins with this. The 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the number of the sloka. Poshmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmagyascha kritagyascha sattavaka dridhabrata आत्मवान को जित क्रोध दुतिमान को अनसूयक कश्य बिभ्यति देवाश्च जात रोषश्च समयुगे. O Narada, do you know anyone in this present day world who is noble, heroic, virtuous, and grateful, truthful, firm and on his promises, self-confident, and can conquer his own anger, good looking, and frighten others when he is angry? So this is, he's asking. The Supreme Being who became known as the Vishnu. So before we give the Narada's answer, maybe tomorrow, and I'm giving you the background. This Supreme Being, he was known as Vishnu. Why Vishnu? It is in the Bhagavata. In the Bhagavata, you'll find the word Vishnu, not Ramyanan. The Bhagavata says, from the first 9 chapters, it is only the Supreme Being, Supreme Being, Supreme Being, everywhere, all pervading. That is called ultimately the first creator, first creation, the Brahma, he told Sal, you take a form. Otherwise, it is becoming very difficult for the ordinary people. Concentrate. When you ask the people to meditate on nothing, everybody is conscious, then what he will meditate? I asked one of my Muslim friend long back in Andaman. He came from Delhi, and I told him, almost the same age, so we became friends. He came to have a coffee with me, tea with me in the ashrama. I told, shall I ask you one question between you and me? I'm not going to disclose, but today maybe I'm disclosing. Then I told him, when you meditate, because you don't have anyone, any God or any symbol, whom you meditate actually, where you concentrate your mind, then he said, shall I tell you the truth? We can't see anything. Mostly, I am very fond of my young son. I think about him now. So that really happens. When the people are closing their eyes and quietly sitting, doesn't mean they are connecting with the supreme consciousness. Many of the things goes on in their mind. It's very difficult. That Vishnu took the form before the Brahma, and this Vishnu form, Shankha Chakra Gada Padmadari, that appeared just in a flash. And that was named as Vishnu. This Vishnu, he thought that I should create. Then when the creation comes, then what happens? Then you have to utilize your power. And if you are utilizing your power, then you get involved in creation, good and bad, result will come to you. And that is the reason you will find in Hinduism all the three paths. I always say three golden paths. The one is Vaishnavism, the duality, another Advaita, and Tantra. All these three, they're having someone supreme, not affected by the creation, only thought him. Ekaham bahushyama vihi. The Vedanta, the path of the knowledge, they will say, the supreme being thought, I am alone, like to be many, started becoming many. So that Brahman became qualified Brahman or Hiranyagarbha. So that is the creation. Here, the Vishnu, he then created Brahma. And Brahma, you will find the four heads. Four heads means the four different knowledge of the actually Veda, Rig, Sam, Yaju, Atharva. And he was given some power. And that power called Sattva, Raja, Tama. These are the qualities was given. So these three qualities you should utilize and then you create. The Brahma started creating the Veda and Guna. Veda means knowledge, Guna means qualities or the power. Brahma started tapasya, tapasa chiyate Brahma, like that it says. So he was doing the tapasya. What is tapasya? He concentrated on his job. The creation, what type of creation? What I should do, how I can do, how things are going to happen. So he was planning everything. And then fast he created the total period that was given to him, he divided in four parts. First is Satya Yuga, then Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Total, the creation. Then it will be all go back. Again, sometime, all this again will be repeated. That's why Swami Vivekananda say, whatever we are doing now, long, long back, we did the same thing. Again, long afterward, the same thing we will do. It's going on. It is not a creation, it is projection. The Vivekananda said it is not creation, it is something new that it was not before. Today we are doing not like that. It was already there and it was in the real, and you just project it and it is over there. But one thing is permanent, like the white screen on which we are seeing the movie, Brahman is already there, consciousness. But here we find after the tapasya, he divided the whole creation period in four parts, Satya, Trita, Dapar, Kali. And when the Satya Yuga he used, then the first time he is doing, obviously, carefully, it is my thought. I didn't never read anywhere. Carefully, he utilized only Sattva Guna. And because of that, it's called Krita Yuga. Satya Yuga is also known as Krita Yuga. Krita Yuga means each and every one was very good people. Who was created? Brahma was going on thinking, and one after another, 12 rishis were born. And the Brahma told, now my children, go and marry and develop the... We are not going to marry anyone. We are not going to settle here. We like to go and meditate so that we can go back once again into the supreme, the consciousness. Brahma told, hey, what happened? You are not listening to me. Then he created brahmacharis, not sannyasi. He created not the rishis, brahmachari, four brothers. And these four brothers, Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, they also bowed down and told, enough, we are not going to listen to you. You don't ask us to do this. So he got frustrated. What is it? What is happening? Supreme Lord asked me to create, and you have to create. No, I cannot help you. They also, the four went away. They were great scholars, but they didn't listen to the Brahma. Then he created Narada. Narada, without informing him, fled from there. So he cursed him to Narada. So you didn't inform me. Others, at least they informed me that they are leaving. And inform me also. So he cursed him that you cannot stay anywhere. So you will have to go on running on. So Narada constantly moves around. So these are the stories, but that was the Satya Yuga, very good period. All were good. Did you notice? There is no avatara in Satya Yuga. Then he told, okay, first period is over. Second. So he used the Rajaguna mixed with Satya. So a little bit of Tama and Raja and Satya is 50-50. Very good people they were, rishis were there, but the egoistic personality like Bali, Ravana, they are also was created. Now Brahma could not control them. Ravana was controlling everyone. He became so knowledgeable, intellectually and physically powerful. He was utilizing his own mystical power to control. He went and snatched only one very good chariot that could fly. That was with the Kubera. He took out that from the Kubera. Kubera was his brother. And he told, I'm going to use it because I'm the most powerful. And for the powerful people, everything should be good. So he took away that. So this Ravana, then he was thinking, oh my God, I must have made a mistake. How to control this person? Cannot control them. He went and reported it to the Supreme Being. Then Supreme Being told, don't worry, I will go down and I will take care of Ravana. And this is the story of the Ravana, and Sri Ramachandra is coming in the Treta Yuga. And if you notice that in the Treta Yuga, when the first avatara is coming as a Ramachandra, his birth was also very mystical. He had his elder sister, but no son. So his father, he organized a Putra Antashti Kriya, Putra Kriya, so that is a yajna, so that the son will born. And from that fire came out the porridge that full of the small container, full of porridge means the payasham. That was distributed among the three that queens. Almost a half portion was given to the first Kaushalya, and balance half was divided into two parts and was given to Kaikeyi and Sumitra. Kaikeyi was not very respectful, it says. The Kaikeyi took that, but she was not believing that that will help. And one drop fell from her hand. And a crow was nearby. It came, took that, falling at the porridge, and it was flying. Indra noticed it, immediately asked the Vayu Deva, the air god, go and snatch that. The bird doesn't know actually what it is. It is the most powerful thing. Take that one. The Vayu went, got that bird, took out that, then asked what I am going to do with this. It's a go straight, and there is a hill called Anjaneya Hill. Still it is there. There you will find one lady is praying for a son. Give that portion to her. That is Anjana. This Anjana Devi got that and she ate that, and her son was Hanuman. So that, and it says the Hanumana is the son of the Vayu god, Pavanaputra. Pavana means the Vayu, the air. That because of this, he carried that and gave it to that lady. But his father was Keshari. Hanuman's father name was Keshari, and mother was Anjana. And it was Anjaneya, that is the hill, almost like Bellary, the present day Bellary. So that is in the South India, that Karnataka. There only it's happened. So obviously it was all. And let me, the Putreshti Yajna that perform, and I will conclude today when giving you this, you're drawing your attention to this particular pranama mantra. Om Sri Sita Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughna Hanumat Sameta Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namah. Sri Ramachandra Parabrahma, that we know, and Sita was the power of Sri Rama. Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna was the father. They are his brothers. How come Hanumana in the same line, in the same family tradition? Because of this. The same porridge, that payasham, the Hanuman's mother also ate. So his name also came in the same line of this. So let us conclude by saying this. You can repeat after me. Om Sri Sita Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughna Hanumat Sameta Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.